I'm Bridget Phetasy, and this is your dumpster fire for the month of April 1st to April 30th, 1912.
And the unicorns dance while the world burns, world burns.
World burns.
If you like our ridiculous historical dumpster fires or even our normal dumpster fires, make sure you subscribe to Phetasy.com and get all of the behind the scenes, the hilarity, the makeup artists, the community, the women who gather for sporting activities. And it's the easiest way to support us, basically, is to join us. And you also get the unedited version of these dumpster fires the day before they launch. Phetasy.com. All of the links are in the description below. Keep the lights on, people, please.
An ocean liner for every pleb.
An ocean liner for every pleb. Guys, guess what? I've secured a berth on the Titanic. Things are looking up for old Bridget Phetasy. I feel like finally I'm going to make my way to the new world. What could possibly go wrong? I'm feeling good about this. I feel like it's billed as unsinkable. I'm terrified of traveling and traveling on the water in particular. And so I think that this is going to be a good thing. It's going to be great for the future of all kinds of global interaction and travel. And I'm pretty excited. I've dressed up like a posh lady so I can try and blend in with the fancies up in first class. I'll be doing the jig down in third class with all the plebs, but nonetheless, what could possibly go wrong?
Breaking news, the Titanic has sunk.
An ocean liner for every pleb, or at the very least, a rescue boat? My God! I guess things weren't looking up for old Bridget Phetasy. They seemed to be looking down. I did, however, find this nice hat floating in the water as we were being plucked out. As you probably have heard, things didn't go exactly as planned. Some fancy lad, Ben Guggenheim, insisted that I get in a boat. It was very nice of him. He was clearly an aristocrat. He was a hero, truly. I was one of the only ones who made it out of third class. I would have been a goner if it wasn't for him. Because all my friends are dead! Everyone! We were doing a jig! We were dancing! Everything was so merry. And then we were locked down there like dogs!
You can't keep us locked in here like animals. The ship's bloody sinking!
It was terrible, honestly. And then that stupid other ship, the Californian, turned off their freaking telegraph and ignored the signs of distress. Everyone could have been rescued. What is the point of having this communication if you're not going to use it? It's honestly tragic, beyond tragedy, but more important, it really highlights the class disparity that is going on in society and in the world right now. They didn't even have enough rescue boats for everyone on board. Not even close. Hello? I don't think you need to be a genius to know that there should at least be enough rescue boats for everyone on board. Old Bridget Phetasy isn't going to stand by while these poor suffer. I'll tell you that. If I have to spend my lifetime with the plebs, fighting for the plebs, then so be it. Every lifetime from here on, I will be a voice of the plebs. A lifeboat for every pleb. A lifeboat for every pleb. I mean, we were doing the jig.
Freemason Corner with Sammy Flaps and Folds.
Well, you know what happened.
Tell me.
J.P. Morgan owned the White Star Line. He wanted the Federal Reserve. The day that he was supposed to leave on the Titanic with Milton Hershey, who also was for the Federal Reserve, both decided to cancel their trip. And who went on the trip instead? It was Benjamin Guggenheim, John Jacob Astor, and Isidor Straus. All opposed the Federal Reserve. And what happened? They went down.
They all died. All went down with the ship.
They all died. And I bet you not. Next year, the Federal Reserve is going to happen. Mark my words.
Jesus.
Mark my words.
That's some nefarious doings, sinking the unsinkable ship with an iceberg.
They put that iceberg there.
And had someone steer right into it.
Yeah. The Titanic was an inside job. I see now.
RIP/BDE.
So many people get this award. So many heroes that day. The day that old Bridget Phetasy realized her luck was not turning around. But this award goes to my savior, Ben Guggenheim, who personally made sure I was on a boat. Benjamin Guggenheim, we are here to tell you it will never be said that you are a coward. Thank you to all of the people who were heroes that day, the heroes we heard about and the heroes we didn't. We salute you. And to all my friends who are dead because they were in third class. We were dancing. Get wrecked, China.
The Republic of China is founded after over 2,000 years of imperial rule.
Sounds like China is going to open up into this more globalized world and join the rest of us. What could possibly go wrong? I have a good feeling about this too. It's time for them to come join us in the modern world. I feel like their people are going to have some democracy in their life, which is very exciting for the Chinese people because they've been under emperors forever. And now they're going to have freedom. They'll be able to vote. They'll be able to read whatever kind of media they want to read. They won't be welded into their homes. They'll be able to say whatever they want is on their mind. It'll be so great. I really see good things. I know old Bridget Phetasy was wrong about my prediction when it came to the Titanic, but I feel like I see democracy in China's future. And now let's check the weather with an inappropriately dressed woman.
En gran parte del estado estas condiciones, temperaturas mínimas para Colotlán, Los Altos y Ciudad Guzmán de 11 y 14, las máximas de 32 y 33.
Women! Maybe someday we'll be able to vote.
The Girl Scouts of America is founded.
Oh, the Girl Scouts were founded. Yes, there's nothing more empowering than telling little girls to put on some skirts and go door to door selling their cookies. I feel like they're going to learn some important lessons doing that. But damn, those samosas are amazing. No, it's good. You know, we should teach the girls to dress up in little outfits and stand on a corner and sell their wares. What could possibly go wrong? I have a good feeling about this too. Anyway, I'm pretty excited about these cookies. Old Bridget Phetasy loves a good cookie.
Dumpster diving.
What's next in the dumpster?
It's a much more ladylike dumpster dive than usual. Man breaks into the White House.
It's a one-man insurrection. Maybe he was confused about what building he was headed into. I hear through the grapevine he wanted to defecate on old Champ Clark's desk. He wanted to take a bath with Taft. He was found with a knife on him?
Yeah.
What did he want to kill the president for?
I don't know.
Do we know anything about this guy?
He was basically found to be mentally incapacitated and sent to an insane asylum, but he
What
that's
kind of
what they did to
security do
everybody
we
in
have?
1912.
They didn't have, and you could just walk up to the White House, and the doorman, like he kind of
Security?
busted past the doorman and ran down a hall, and they had to like go grab him.
Secret Service was doing the same thing as the Californian was. Sleeping on the job! More like the sleeping service, am I right? You're just gonna let some maniac run up with a knife? Old Bridget Phetasy feels like there won't be any more presidential assassinations in the future.
Old Bridget Phetasy is pretty confident in her predictions.
Old Bridget Phetasy is like a psychic. I mean, she's a fortune teller.
Psychic of opposite events.
Ask her whatever you want and do the opposite.
Then we have Fenway Park opens, and the Boston Red Sox beat Harvard University 2-0.
Yeah, Harvard, take your fancy lads and get the fuck out of here. Go Sox.
Breaking Bridget.
Breaking old Bridget Phetasy this week.
On April 5th, in Siberia, Imperial Russian soldiers fired on a mob of striking gold miners, killing hundreds.
There's a lot of unrest around the world right now, and this is just an example of more of it. You can't get away with this nonsense anymore, guys. It's not the 1800s. This is the 1900s. We have telegraphs, and if you don't turn them off and go to bed, they usually work. We can hear about these things now. I know back in the 1800s, you could shoot 250 miners in Siberia and nobody would hear about it, but that's not the case anymore. This is the new world. You're not going to get away with this kind of human rights exploitation. Ol Bridget Phetasy believes there will be no more human rights exploitations in the future. And if Ol Bridget Phetasy is right about one thing, it'll be right about this. There will be no such thing as human trafficking, as cobalt miners suffering in silence. There will be no more slavery. It is over, people. Listen, guys, nothing bad can happen. Not on Ol Bridget Phetasy's watch. There were incidents in Australia, Britain, and the United States all in the past month. People are unionizing. They're getting together. All of these industries who are taking advantage of their workers are not going to be able to do this anymore. They can't be peeing in jars on the job, okay? This isn't going to happen anymore. We're not going to have these big companies exploiting their workers. No more. This ends here in 1912. We should rejoice. China will be a democracy. Capitalism will win, and it will lift the people up out of poverty. There will be no more exploitation of workers. We will all see the future that we can build together. It will be beautiful. It will be a place where no one is suffering. Not in silence. Not anymore. Take Ol Bridget Phetasy's word for it. If you enjoyed this historical dumpster fire, we are taking suggestions from our subscribers, or tell us in the comments below. We would love to hear what events you want us to cover. We love doing these. They're super fun and random. And I think the more we do them, the better they'll get. And we like dressing up in costumes. I do, at least. Go to Phetasy.com and subscribe. You also get the unedited version of these, which are super fun. And you get a whole community of people. Make sure, if you want to follow us and get on our newsletter, go to bridgetphetasy.substack.com. Everything that we produce will come to you in a nice newsletter. It's free on Fridays, and you get all of the content that we're putting out. We love hearing from you, so make sure you like, subscribe, comment, touch our bells and buttons. Make sure you tell your friends about us. And I can't do this without all of the people who make it possible. So thank you to Better Phetasy, Dave Yates, for research and writing. Thank you, Sammy Flaps and Folds.
Thank you, Bridget.
Thank you, Magaroo, Cousin Maggie.
Thank you, Bridget.
We can't do this without you, our viewers. We love you. The moving pictures are glorious.
God almighty.
This has been your dumpster fire for the month of April 1st to April 30th, 1912. I'm Bridget Phetasy. Now get me out of third class!